All right, here, dear, I have another question for you. It's 56 is 70% of what number? And there's a method introduced. It's called part to whole method. And most of the time it's required that way. So I'm going to explain that here. That becomes tricky sometimes. Most of the students have trouble to distinguish which one is the part and which one is the whole. I'll explain it to you and make it easy to separate them. So here this question says 56 is 70% of what number? And I'm gonna solve this two different methods. So remember, 70% is less than 100%. 100% is whole, right? One whole. 70% is 7/10 of it. It's smaller than 100%. So this question sometimes can come up with a percentage less than 100%, and sometimes can come up with the percentage more than 100%. All right. So this is less than 70, less than 100%, and it's going to help us to tell 56 is the part or whole. So the method for which I was talking about, part to whole, has a formula as following. Oops. So part divided by whole is equal to, so it's a fraction, right? Part to whole. It's a fraction, and we want to convert that to percent. And we know, if you watch the earlier videos, this, when you want to convert that to percent, so what percent that is, you want to convert that, you want to know what the number is, you need to have something at 100, right? So we want to make this as a fraction with the denominator of 100. So that's where the formula comes from. And then, so you wonder what this is. This is the x, unknown, the x, or you can write p because that's a percentage. So x is unknown, but I'm going to put p, so you know that's the percentage, basically. That at 100 is going to give you the percentage. So what is the part, what is the whole? So you know this p should be less than 100, right? So it should be, in this case, it is 70%, right? So this formula that I'm using, I'm gonna apply that problem to do this, and the p could be more than 100. So in that case, it's more than 100%, like 145%, 200%, 300%. In this case, should be less than 100. So because we already have it, that's 70%. So it's gonna be 70 at 100. So that's given, which is 70%. So that's not the concern because percentage in this case is given. And then we want to know what is the part, what is the whole. Since 70 is smaller than 100, so this part should be smaller than whole. That's the trick. When you get this, percentage more than 100%, like 200%, 150%, numerator is bigger than denominator. Therefore, the part is going to be bigger than whole. So that makes the problem a little bit harder. So when we get there, you will see it with some examples. So 56 is 70% of what number? Do you see that? 56 is the part. What number is the whole that we want to figure out? Which is 56 is part of it. 56 is 70% of what number? You see that? Smaller part of a big number. Why smaller part of a big number? Because it's 70. It's less than 100. So therefore 56 is in denominator, and then what number is the unknown is in the denominator. So that was the key. So watch this again to figure this out better if you didn't get it. So now you have this to solve it. Again, can we tell 56 times what is 70? We can't, just like that. But I've told you to practice, get used to simplification. Then it's going to simplify lots of problems. unless you have to do cross multiplication and solve for x. It's a little bit hectic. But if you see here, 70 and 100, they're both divisible by 10. So divide by 10, divided by 10, divide by 10. So that's going to be what? 7? That's going to be 10. Now you can tell easily what x is. So if you go like that, 7 times 8 is 56. So 10 times 8. I'm creating a equivalent fraction again. It's going to be what? 10 times 8 is 80. So that's going to be 80. It's going to be 56 over 80. That's equal to 7 over 10. The question was what x is. X is equal to 80. So whole is 80. Let's go back. So this is 80. Now see, 56 is 70% of 80. Smaller part of a bigger number. Okay, that was first method. And then you have this video. You can keep watching it to learn how to solve the equation. So the question was 56 is 70% of what number? I'm going to rewrite that here. 56 is 70% of what number? All right. So is becomes equal sign. All becomes multiplication. 56 is the number. 70% is 70 at 100. Times what number? Times x. What is that? Again, simplification. So 56 equal. You can simplify that, right? Divided by 10. Divided by 10. So it becomes 7 out of 10. So that becomes 7 out of 10 times x. Oops. Times x. So what is that? That's 7/10 of x equal to 56. And to get rid of the 7/10, multiply by what? Reciprocal, right? Which is 10 over 7. I'm going to write it small. I should have left some space for that. I can fix that. Just like this. Equals here. And I'm multiplying by 10 over 7. See both sides, left side and right side. 10 over 7. See, cross canceling, cancel. 10 divided by 10, 1. 7 divided by 7, 1. What's left? X equal to, now again, you have multiplication. See, 10 over 7 and 56. Cross cancel them. Cross simplify them because it's multiplication. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 56 divided by 7 is 8. So what's left? 8 times 10, 80. Ugly 80. This one is ugly. 1 times 1 is 1. So x is equal to 80. We got it, right? Second method. All right. Bye.